Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Cleveland Browns. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Sanders. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. You look at this Packers defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. Now the former Volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Browns at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Now Sanders. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
Love looking to throw it. Complete to right.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Now Love wants to shift things around. Throwing again on 2nd down. Love. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player, but he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Here's Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. To throw now. Here's Love. Wright's got it. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally marked down at the 23. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side. And he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Going back to Love. And it's a Packers touchdown. Matthew Golden with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. The last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Sanders. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Sanders to throw. Setting up a screen for Judkins. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. To throw now, here's Sanders. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Sanders. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown, then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Now a give, right side. Sampson. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Here's Sanders. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run on first down. Sampson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make second down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just touchdown. Elijah Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They'll run out of the gun with Wright. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing. Love. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. And now it's blocked. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball,
leader, right?
To make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Back to throw. Sanders. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. Love now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. And now Love going to change things up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Throwing, Sanders. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Complete at the one. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Here's Sanders throwing after the interception. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Gets around him. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Love. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Tucker Kraft, 32 yards. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
This one deep into the landing zone, returnable from the 2-yard line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now they'll shift things around. Now Sanders. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Still on his feet. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Bo Melton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Love throwing for it. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Oh, a miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And the Packers pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football.
Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 63 yards. And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Love going to throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. Sanders throwing to start the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Shedeur. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerry Jeudy with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To throw now, here's Love. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. That's to Bond, Isaiah Bond. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Sanders. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Sanders to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. That he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Matthew Golden from 13 yards out. And the Packers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. McManus's point after is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Now they'll change things up. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Love, he's going to change the play here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed.
On the ball.
Here is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Love. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Here's Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Second down and 4. From the shotgun, Sanders. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Judy, 31 yards. And the Browns are able to claw one back. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now Love. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw is Sanders. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. He'll swing this out to Judkins.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw again, here's Sanders.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Throwing, Sanders.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Sanders.
That'll be complete to Sampson.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Dylan Sampson
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Give up the middle to right. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. That'll be caught right side by Reed. Sheds off the tackle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Throw left side complete. That's Reed. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. Love now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Wright.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They'll run on 1st down with Wright.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
And they'll go right back to Wright. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Wright.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Browns drive about to get started.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
This will be caught. Jeudy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, 48 yards. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit.
So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, 1 behind the all-time record of 5.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Charles, a lot